Hello. Hi. I'm just trying to set up a few things. There we go. Okay. All right. If you have a block or anything, go ahead and grab it. Victoria, did you sign up as Annie Downs?
I did not. I signed up as myself. It's Victoria Lynn on ClassPass.
Weird. You got an email though, right?
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's,
have an Annie Grano.
it's through ClassPass.
Oh, you got it through ClassPass?
Yeah.
It's weird. I wonder why it's not showing up on the How did you get an email? Okay, I'm gonna write down your information just real quick, just so that I have you down. Victoria Morris, right? Through
Yes.
ClassPass?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just write that down.
Okay, perfect.
And then did you the email that said the Spotify playlist?
I don't think I got a Spotify playlist.
What's your email, Victoria? I'll email it to you.
It's VLM94
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
at AOL.com.
Okay. I'll forward you this email
Okay,
right
perfect.
now. Okay, it'll have the Spotify playlist link, and also if you want to just search for it, there's the name.
Okay, perfect.
And then let me know if you don't get it.
Okay. Got it.
Awesome.
All good.
Ooh. Hey, Stinson. Hi, Annie. If you guys want music playing along, there's a Spotify playlist that I linked in the email. You can also search for it on the Black Swan Yoga Houston Spotify list.
Okay.
Hey, Mike. All right, so we're going to get started in just a minute here. If you want to turn on your cameras, I'm going to be doing some kind of mini flows within the full flow so that you guys can follow along, and then I will watch you guys basically do it a couple times as well and give you feedback if there are any, or just help you guys throughout the video. This will be my first Zoom yoga class, so bear with me. Make sure to have water. If you have a box or anything, the only things we're really going to do is like warrior 3, moving into warrior 2, stuff like that. At any time, if you have a question, just unmute yourself and shout it out. I mean, there's only 5 of us here, so not a huge deal. Today, I wanted to work on some heat-inducing poses and some heat-inducing things that we can do. Personally, I've been really, really cold, and it's perfect outside, but I'm freezing inside for some reason. So today, let's start in a standing pose at the top of your mat. And I'm going to go stand kind of further away. That's the only way I was able to get my full body in. So if I need to talk louder, please yell at me and tell me, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and start my playlist now. Okay. So coming to the top of your mat, however comfortable it is for you to stand, whether it's feet together, feet apart, I always like to take a few minutes, a few seconds to maybe rock forward and back, roll around my shoulders a bit, tick-tock my head. Once you find that spot with your eyes closed, go ahead and place one palm on your belly, right below your belly button, and one palm on your heart. Before you do anything else, just take some slow, deep breaths. These aren't any kind of special breathing. All you're doing is taking a moment to center yourself and ground yourself in this space. But while we're doing that, can you deepen your breath? And breathe into that hand on your belly. Guide that breath into the palm on your chest. And as you exhale, the hand on your belly falls, and the hand on your chest. So you're taking a few deep breaths here as your belly kind of ocean waves. And all you're doing is acknowledging and noticing how smooth that breath is, how hard your heart might be beating, how long you're breathing right now. And then on your next exhale, just release your hands down by your sides. Go ahead and turn on an Ujjayi breath by constricting the back of your throat. Breathe deeply in through your nose. Create that little ocean wave sound. If you haven't done an ocean wave breath before, an Ujjayi breath, imagine if you went up to a window, a cold window, and you wanted to fog it up. Open your mouth and just go. Do the same concept, but with your mouth closed as you breathe in and out. On your next inhale with this, eyes still closed, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. As you exhale, bring your palms together, draw your thumbs into your heart. Do that one more time. Inhale, arms sweep wide and all the way up overhead. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. This time, stay here for a moment and allow yourselves to give an intention for this next hour. If it is just an hour to take away from these crazy days, an hour for your own me time, whatever it is, bring that thought into your third eye space. Let's take a deep breath into that intention. And on your exhale, part your lips inside out. On your next inhale, sweep those arms all the way back up to your head, to the sky again. And as you exhale, swan dive into a forward fold. Okay, go ahead and hang out there for a moment. Let your knees bend, belly rest onto your thighs. Your head is also relaxed here. Arms are gonna hang, reach for your elbows, and just kind of sway it around for a moment. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. If you're reaching for your elbows, let those arms fall. And on your next inhale, we're gonna slowly roll ourselves back up to the side. Arms sweep high, maybe a little back bend works for you there. As you exhale, thumbs come to your heart. We're gonna start to move a little faster. So on your next inhale, arms sweep all the way up. Take your right hand, reach for your left wrist. Stretch long, and as you exhale, lean over to your right. And you're gonna kind of lengthen out that left side body. Roll that left shoulder back. Peek up to the sky. Inhale, contract your left side, come back up to center. Switch hands, stretch first. And then exhale, lean over to the left. Roll that right shoulder back, peek up to the sky. Inhale to center. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Roll those shoulders open, little baby back bend, gaze up to the ceiling. And exhale, swan dive, belly onto your thighs, waterfall over those thighs, stretch out those shoulders. Maybe you can move around the shoulders a bit more, roll them around, maybe shake out your head. Release your arms down to the mat. One last time, inhale, roll all the way up to the sky. Arms sweep open, slight back bend if you want there. Exhale, thumbs come to your heart. On your next inhale, let's sweep your arms to the sky. Take a notice of where your feet are. Let's take them about hips distance wide, or maybe even shoulders distance. The inside arches of your feet are parallel towards each other. We're gonna keep your bottom half right where it is, and on your exhale, open up your arms over to the right. So you're gazing to the right, your right shoulder is rolled back, and maybe you're looking back at your right thumb. That right hip presses forward just slightly. Okay, inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, open up to the left. So we're going for that twist. Left hip juts forward, left shoulder rolls back, gaze to that left thumb. Inhale, one more time. Go back to center, arms to the sky. Exhale, open up to the right. See if you can engage your core a bit. Bring your belly button in, roll that right shoulder back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, open up to the left. Good. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward folds. Breathe in, halfway lift, and exhale, press back into a high plank. You're pressing the mat away from you. Belly button squeezes in. Your knees can be on or off of the floor here. And we're just letting your shoulders protract. So you're feeling your shoulder blades reach away from your spine. Good. Maybe shift into those fingertips. You feel that weight roll into your fingertips. Belly button still pressed in. Spine pressed to the ceiling. As you exhale, lower yourselves all the way onto your belly. Knees on or off of the mat. Good. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Roll those shoulders back. Pull your chest forward, and as you exhale, curl those toes under, lift through your hips, make your way into a down dog. Relax your head. First down dog, walk it out. Give yourselves a few breaths to do so. If you have a nice deep exhale in you, go ahead and do that now. Take a moment, find out where your body wants you to focus a little bit today. Find out where your body wants to lay off. And on your next inhale, shift back into that high plank. Take your knees down to the mat and make your way into a tabletop pose. Aligning wrists directly underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. On your next breath in, taking your right leg, stretching it all the way up and back. And we're keeping your hips square here. So instead of letting your right hip open up, I want you to internally rotate that right thigh. Your toes are poking down towards the mat and they're flexing in towards your nose. And if you find that your lower back is dropping and dipping, press your back into the sky. Press your belly button in towards your spine. So we're starting to warm up your belly here. Bend your right knee. So that your right knee is perpendicular and your ankle is flexed as well, perpendicular here, your foot is. What we're gonna do is we're gonna kind of stamp the ceiling. So you're using your glute to slightly stamp the ceiling with that right foot for 3, 2, 1. Press your right foot to the ceiling. Open up your right hip. Now your right knee points over to the right. As you exhale, squeeze that right knee in towards your right shoulder or your right elbow. Inhale it, straight leg back out. And exhale, set that right leg down. Do a cat and cow here. Drop your belly, lift through your chin for your cow. And exhale, curl into your cat. Inhale into a neutral spine. Take your left leg, send it all the way up and back. Flex your left toes in. Internally rotate that left thigh. But check in with your belly. Are you letting it just lapse down, or can you press your spine to the ceiling? Also, can you think about squeezing an imaginary block between your thighs right now? Try not to let that left leg go out to the left side. Squeeze it in towards the midline. Good. Bend that left knee. Perpendicular everything. Don't let your back dip. Press it to the sky. Go ahead and stamp the ceiling for 3, 2, 1. Press that left foot to the ceiling. Exhale, open up your left hip. Squeeze that knee in towards your shoulder. Activate it. Inhale it back out. And exhale it down. Curl your toes under and sit back onto your heels. Shake out your wrists. Maybe roll around your wrists for a moment. Go ahead. Come back into that tabletop. So we're going to add on to that. Inhale. Right leg is up and back. Internally rotating that back. Bending your knee. Stamping it or pulsing it out for 3, 2, 1. Bring that knee in. Now you have a choice. You can keep your knee bent or you could straighten your leg out. Maybe this is better here. All right. Wherever you are though, let's pulse it up and down for 3, 2, 1. If your knee is bent, straighten that leg out. Set that foot down and sit yourselves up. Arms to the sky, breathe in. Exhale, right hand slides down your right leg. Reach your left arm up and over. Roll that left shoulder back. Go ahead, do the opposite side. Left palm comes down, right arm to the sky. You're welcome to stay here or shift weight into your left palm and lift your right leg up. We're working with outer hip here. Flex your toes in, strong thigh. You're welcome to lift your lower pulse it out for 3, 2, 1. Set that right foot down. Hands to the top of your mat. Go ahead and slide your right foot back. So you're gonna halfway here. Keep your left toe forward. Your front foot lift your left knee off the floor. Maybe your right foot comes off of the mat as well. Inhale, back into your down dog or down dog splits. Take a moment there, walk it out. You can go ahead and set that left foot down. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale, side out. Inhale, shift your weight forward, set your knees down. Come back into that tabletop pose. Left thigh, slides all the way up and back, flexing your toes in. Okay, stay here. Bend your knee, flexing and stamping your foot to the side, pulsing it out for 3, 2, 1. Press your foot to the ceiling, bend your knee, squeeze that knee in towards your shoulder. Now again, you're welcome to keep it here or straighten your leg out. I'm gonna move you guys closer. And pulse it out again for 3, 2, 1. If your knee is bent, straighten it out. Set that knee down. Sit yourselves up, arms to the sky. Good. Sliding left arm down, reaching right arm up and over. Roll that right shoulder back. And then setting your right palm down, left arm to the sky. Here is an option. Second option, shift your weight into your right palm. Lift your left leg up. Good. Maybe pulse it out. 4 again. 3, 2, 1. Left foot comes down, hands to the top of your mat. Slide that left foot back. Press your spine to the ceiling. Left knee, right knee comes off of the floor. Maybe right foot comes off of the mat. Okay. Inhale, down dog, or lift your right leg up into a down dog split. Take a moment there. If your right leg is up, set it down into your down dog. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Inhale, lift up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, gaze forward, step or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, melt into your forward fold. Inhale, roll all the way up to stand. Arms to the sky, optional back bend when you get there. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. All right, let's go through vinyasa real quick. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, swan, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat, slide back into your high plank. Knees on or off the mat, lower down either halfway or all the way up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, lift your hips into your down dog. Okay. From here, we're going to inhale and shift your weight forward into a high plank. I want your shoulders over those wrists. I want to warm up our core even more now. Belly button squeezes in. Okay. If you needed to scoot your toes back a little bit, do that now. Knees off of the mat, take a breath in. Exhale, wave back into a down dog. See if you can incorporate that core. But inhale forward into that high plank. Exhale, press back into a down dog. Our last inhale forward into a high plank and come down onto your forearms. For a moment here, your knees can rest onto the floor if you want them to. But you're on your forearms. You're going to press your spine to the ceiling. Okay. I don't really know if you guys can see me do this, but I'm going to do it here. Okay. We're going to do things I like to call doorknobs. I want you to think about your spine and where it is right now. Keep it in the same spot. All you're going to do is rotate your spine, rotate your hips, and tap your right hip down to the mat. You can't really see that. Good. Come back to center. Rotate, tap your left hip down. Inhale to center, rotate, tap your right hip down. Inhale to center. I wonder if I could do it this side. Just keep going. Inhale to center and exhale, tap. Do 2 more on each side. Exhale. Inhale, come back. Exhale, right. Inhale to come back. Exhale, left. Inhale to come back. Keep your forearms down. Walk your feet in to a dolphin pose. So you're piking your hips up to the sky, relaxing your head. Breaths in and out. Can you press your chest through your shoulders? All right. Slide your legs back. We're staying in our forearms. So shoulders starting to really warm up now. Take a breath here. As you exhale, shift your weight over to the outside blade of your right foot. Rotate your right palm about 90 degrees in. You could stack your legs. You could step your left foot down. We're going into a side plank. Reach your left arm to the sky. Press your left hip up. Engage your obliques. And as you exhale, we're going to switch sides. So left forearm comes down. Shift into the outside blade of your left foot. Your legs can stack or do whatever you want to do, or just step your right foot down in front of your hip. Maybe right after the most important thing is your hips are going to lift high up. On your exhale, this time, right palm comes down, but hand to the floor, straight arm, left arm down, high plank. As you exhale, knees on your upper back, lower down or all the way. Inhale out, dog or cobra. Exhale, lift your hips into your down dog. Take a deep breath through your nose. Everyone sigh out through your mouth. Walk it out for 2 more breaths. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, gaze forward, step, flow, hop to the top of your mat. Breathe in. Exhale, melt forward fold. Inhale all the way up to the sky. Arms sweep high up. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. With your eyes closed, we're going to go back to that first thing we did. Inhale, arms sweep high up. Exhale, take your right hand, grab your left wrist, lean over to the right. Roll that left shoulder back. Inhale. Exhale, switch hands, lean over to the left. Good, roll that right shoulder back. Inhale to center. Exhale, clasp your hands behind your back. Open up your heart for a nice little heart opener back bend. Exhale, bend through your knees. Belly rests onto your thighs. Shoulders stretch for a moment. If you're here, your shoulders are real tight, you can grab your shirt a little bit and use that to help you open up those shoulders as well. When you're ready, exhale, release your hands back down to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa into your down dog. So traditionally, vinyasa, palms to the floor, like that. High to low plank or belly to the floor. Inhale, up dog, or your exhale takes you into your down dog. We might do a few more vinyasas here. If you choose to go straight into down dog, you are more than welcome to do that. All right. Inhale, roll yourselves forward into that high plank. Take your shoulders over those wrists. Press your spine to the ceiling, belly button in. Good. Think about pressing your chest away from the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, wave yourselves into your down dog in slow motion. Once your hips are lifted, try sinking those heels down. When you're ready, one more time, inhale, shift your way forward into your high plank. Think about going through a cat pose. Nice slow motions, guys. And your exhale, take it back into a down dog. Okay. On your next inhale, instead of a tabletop, we're gonna take your right leg right up to the sky into a down dog split. But your leg is gonna do the same thing it did earlier. Internally rotating your thigh, your toes are pulled in towards your nose, all right? And now, instead of bending your knee, we're gonna keep your legs straight. However, we are gonna pop up onto your left tip toes. Maybe you could take that right leg a little bit higher. Okay, so keeping your right leg as high as you can there. Breathe in, left tip toes are up. Exhale, sink your left heel down. So it's a calf stretch now. Inhale, prop up onto your left tip toes. Right leg as high as you can. Engage your glutes. Exhale, sink your left heel down. Last one. Inhale, left heel lifts. Right leg is high. Exhale, left heel down. Right. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend that right knee now. Now we're going to again take that right knee in towards your right shoulder. Can you press the outside of your thigh to the sky? Inhale, down dog split, right leg to the sky. Exhale, same thing, right knee, right shoulder, just a little bit higher. Last time, inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, or right shoulder. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step that right foot between your hands. Take a moment here to low lunge. Left heel is lifted, right knee is over your right ankle. Come up to your fingertips. Roll your shoulders back with your heart. Take a breath in. On your exhale, do a really lazy lunge. Drop your hips. Your knee might even tap down to the floor. This right knee is going to go in front of your ankle because you're super lazy now, but right now we're just waiting for a little hip opener. Maybe you can roll your shoulders back because you're up onto your fingertips. On your exhale, keep that left knee down or drop it down to the floor if it's not already. Shift your weight back, a little hamstring stretch. You can pull those right toes in. Okay. We're moving here. So inhale back into that low lunge. Exhale, shift your weight down, hip opener. Good. And inhale back into that half split. Straight right leg, left knee is bent. Good. Come back into that low lunge. Almost down to the floor. Pull your left toe, lift your left knee up off the mat. Press your spine to the ceiling now. And I want you to see if you can press your chest off of your right thigh. Maybe you can lift up onto your right tiptoe. And then send that right leg back. So keep that right leg lifted. Or lower down for your vinyasa. Halfway down or all the way. Up dog or cobra. And then down dog. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, side out through your mouth. Inhale, left leg comes up to the sky. Okay. All right. So internally rotating that left thigh. Chest presses towards your right thigh. Your left toes flex in, your left heel reaches high up. Keeping your left leg straight, lift up onto your right tiptoes. Can you lift your left leg a little bit higher now? Keep that lifting your left leg. Exhale, sink your right heel down. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift your right heel. Lift your left leg even higher. Keep it there. And exhale, sink your right heel down. Last time. Inhale, lift. Left leg lifts. Exhale, sinking that heel down. Right. Check in with your hips. Internally rotate that left thigh. Left leg is lifted high up. Exhale, bend through that left knee to your left shoulder. Press the outside of your thighs to the ceiling. Belly button squeeze in. Inhale, back up, down dog split. Exhale, crunch it in. Knee to your elbow or shoulder. Inhale it up. And last time, inhale, bring it in. Inhale it up. Exhale, low lunge. Step that left foot forward. Knee over your ankle. Good. Lazy low lunge. Drop your right knee. Pop up onto your fingertips. Maybe roll the shoulders back, but lean your weight forward into that left foot, feeling that stretch in the top of your right thigh. Breathe in here. On exhale, lean it back into your half split. You can flex your left toes in. Also, try not to let your glutes go back onto your heel. We're working on that hamstring and calf stretch here. Good. Shift back into your low lunge. Drop into the chest. You can move around a little bit. And send it back into that half split one more time. Good. Bring it forward. Come back to that low lunge. Now we're going to go and move. Press palms into the mat. Pull your right toes under, right knee off the floor. Spine engages, presses to the ceiling, belly button squeezes in. Maybe you lift up onto your left toes, and then send that left leg back. Left leg can stay lifted or come down to the floor. You can go through a vinyasa or simply lift your hips and meet us in down dog. When you get to your down dog, close your eyes. Take the biggest breath in through your nose as you can. Exhale, part your lips side out. There's no one around you. Do that one more time and do it really weird. Breathe in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, gaze forward, step, flow, hop, just straddle. Halfway lift, inhale. And come up, forward fold. We're gonna come all the way to stand. Arms to the sky. Exhale, thumbs to your heart. Let your hands straight down to your sides. Close your eyes, take a few breaths in and out here. Now it's the time if you want to towel off, if you want to take some water, you're welcome to. Maybe it's just a time for you to close your eyes and breathe. You could also, again, take one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and focus back into that ocean wave breath, constricting the back of your throat, breathing in, heating up your belly and body from the inside out. Whatever you are doing, can you take a deeper breath in, longer breath in, and long breath out. Do that for 3 more breaths. Longest inhale now. And exhale. You can keep your eyes closed, but let your hands drop down to your sides. All right. Go ahead and come back to standing if you're not there yet. From standing, we're going to inhale, sweep arms to the sky. And exhale, make your way into a chair pose. So our chair today, we're solely using this to create some heat. So I really want you to shift your weight into your heels. Wiggle your toes. Engage your inner thighs. If there's space between your thighs, pretend like you're squeezing a block. And instead of tucking your pelvis in, just think about taking your belly button and squeeze it in towards your spine. When you're doing that, notice if the back muscles that are along your spine turn on. Keep your lower body right where it is. Can you roll your shoulders back a bit? Can you reach your arms to the sky? Stretch your fingertips to the ceiling. But if your shoulders squeeze up towards your ears, relax them away. Okay. Sink your hips down just one more moment. Take a breath in. Exhale, waterfall it over your thighs. Just forward fold. Relax your head, shake it out. You can shift weight from one foot to another. Just one more breath here. We're going to go right back into your chair. Okay? On your next inhale, arms to the side. Shift your hips slowly your weight into your chair. We're going to shift weight into your right foot. Your left heel is going to come off of the mat. And we're transitioning into a warrior three. As you straighten your right leg, send your left leg up and back. Now, if you have a block, if you have a water bottle, you can place it in front of your fingertips. If you have a couch, if you have a wall, you can use that. But we're in your warrior three, your hips are square. We can really focus on square hips here. Flexing your toes in, squeezing a weird looking block between your thighs. Right, go ahead and sit like that right angle. A slight bend into that right knee. Press your spine to the ceiling, roll the shoulders back. Right. And on your next inhale, draw your left foot all the way back. Keep your right knee bent and open up into a warrior two. Really hard to see here. Okay, open up into a warrior two. Your warrior two today is purposely to open up your hips. So right knee presses open. Oh, wait. Yeah, right knee presses open. Am I all right? Sorry. In your warrior two, whichever leg, I completely forgot which leg. Inhale into reverse warrior. Good. Go ahead and straighten out that front leg. Roll those shoulders back a bit more. Lean back. Good. And on your next inhale, make your way into a star pose. So you're just going to take your arms into warrior arms, warrior two arms. Turn your toes in. Take your hands onto your hips. Your feet are parallel towards each other. Inhale, flat back, lean it forward. Hamstrings are gonna stretch out. Relax your head down. Shift your hips from one side to another. This first time, we're just going to stretch it out. So literally whatever feels good. Again, if you have a block or a box or a water bottle, you can take your hands onto it. Now, if you find that your knees are bending here, either bowing in, bowing out, heel toe your feet together a little bit more. Allow your legs to straighten out and shift your weight into your heels. Good. A few things that you can do here. You can keep one hand on the floor, maybe sweep one arm to the sky for a twist. My back just did a really nice pop there. If you're ready, take both hands back down to the floor. Okay. Take your hands back onto your hips. Turn your toes out, heels in, bend into your knees, sink into a goddess squat. So I need to heel toe my feet a little bit wider because I want my knees directly over my ankles here. Engage your core, bring that belly button in. Your hands, let's go ahead and just set them onto your your mid thighs. Thumbs are on the inside, if you can't see that. This first time, we're just going to traction out your back. So can you roll your shoulders back and press your palms into those thighs? If you're not feeling really much in your back, bring the heels of your hands closer to the crevices of your hips and sink down one more time. Roll those shoulders back. Take a breath in. Okay, so first time we're doing this on Zoom. In class, it's already hard for me to do this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a twist. Go ahead and drop your left shoulder down. Left arm stays straight. Roll your right shoulder back, right elbow bends. Inhale back to center and switch sides. So right shoulder drops down, right arm stays straight, left shoulder rolls back, left elbow bends. Okay, inhale to center. One more time on each side. Left shoulder drops. Feel your upper and mid back stretching out here. Right shoulder rolls back. Inhale to center and exhale, switch sides. Inhale to center. Exhale, straighten through those legs. Turn your toes in again. Relax it out. Shake your hips side to side. Just relax in for a moment. Okay. All right. Start to walk your hands to the top of your mat. Turn your top toes to the front of the mat. Come back into your low lunge. Just like we did before. Low lunge. Press your palms into the mat. Core is engaged. Knee video without touching your mat. Slide that top leg all the way back. You can either lift it or lower. Make your way into your down dog, however you want to. Make it on the mat. Go through your video style. You want to extra chaturanga if you would like to. Once you're in your down dog, breath in through your nose, side out through your mouth. Inhale, lift high up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, gaze forward, step flow hot to the top of the mat. And exhale, nose. Now, instead of coming all the way to the side, I want you to drop your hips in line with your knees and take your arms forward. So you're looking down at the mat. Hands, shoulders, hips are kind of in the same parallel here. Belly button onto your thighs. Maybe drop those hips a little bit more. On your next inhale, can you peel your chest off of your thigh just a couple inches? You're still really super low chair. Okay. Inhale, lift your chest another couple inches. Keep your hips super low. On your next inhale, come into your chair. Maybe you lift your hips up a little bit. Okay. Now shift your weight into your left foot. Right heel lifts off of the mat. If you have your block, you can use it as you transition into a warrior three. So I want you to look at something that's not moving. Reaching your right leg all the way back. Internally rotating that right thigh. Flexing your toes in, pressing your heel high up to the sky. Squeeze a super weird looking block. Okay. On your next inhale, make your way into a warrior two. Readjust your foot. Maybe Scoot your top foot forward if you need to. Sink your hips down, press that top knee out. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in through your nose and out. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. Side stretch, we've been doing those on your left side body. Right. Inhale, straight leg reverse warrior. So just straighten out that top leg, lean back a little bit further. Inhale, open arms. Turn your toes in star pose. Hands to your hips, exhale. Wide leg forward folds. Now you could do anything here that you would like to. If you have an arm balance or a headstand in your practice, if you're comfortable doing that, you can play with that here. I will talk through a couple things. If you want to just hang out, rock your hips side to side, stretch it out a little bit, you are welcome to do that as well. Okay? Otherwise, I'm going to do a couple more twists. I'm going to go deeper into the twist we were doing earlier. So first, heel to your feet closer together if your knees are still bent. You can go ahead and just let your left arm fall or touch to the floor. Sweep your right arm to the side. Remember the twist we were doing when we were standing? We were kind of disassociating our bottom half from our top half. So here, instead of letting your left hip drop, you're gonna keep your hips square. You're kind of gonna press that left hip back, but your right shoulder is gonna roll back. You can keep your right arm to the sky or bend your right elbow and do a little half bind here as you deepen that twist. You could stay here or take your right arm and thread it underneath your left arm. You're gonna go ahead, take your right palm and reach for either your left thigh, your left calf, or your left ankle. If you are doing this last option with me, I want you to take a breath in, and as you exhale, your right shoulder is gonna drop closer to the mat. You're gonna kind of look underneath your left arm. Your spine is twisting on an axis here, just like we did earlier in those forearm planes. You're not shifting your weight over to the left. You're simply rotating along the axis of your spine. On your next inhale, let's unwind. Take your right arm to the sky and switch it out. Right palm down to the mat. Inhale, left arm to the sky. If you did that and you automatically kind of just tucked your right hip in and leaned over to your right side, try to undo that in your hips. I'm gonna flatten out my hip. I'm gonna shift weight back into my right foot. Okay, my hips are square, but my left shoulder is rolled back and up. You could stay here or bend into your left elbow, go for a little half bind. And your third option is to take your left arm, thread it under. You're reaching your left palm for your right thigh, your right calf, or your right ankle. Once it's there, breath in. Your head is still in the middle of your mat. And on your exhale, rotate your left shoulder down. Look underneath your right shoulder. Think about rotating along the axis of your spine, breathing in and out. On your next inhale, sweep your left arm to the sky. If you're doing a headstand or anything, so I can't see Stinson or Annie, come back down. We're gonna meet back into a goddess squat now. So hands to your hips, toes out, heels in, bend into your knees. All right, so again, I need to adjust my feet a little bit. I'm gonna take my feet a little bit wider, knees right underneath my ankles. You also don't want them too wide. That's gonna be pretty difficult for what we're gonna do here. This is kind of the last heat-inducing poses that we're gonna do. Hands at your heart. Okay, I'm gonna do this in a couple phases. I'm gonna turn my camera down a little bit so you guys can see my feet as well. Okay, on your next inhale, pick one foot, doesn't matter which one, lift your heel. Drop that heel down, lift the other heel. Drop that heel down. Can you keep switching back and forth? But while you're doing this, can you do it without shifting your weight side to side? Your core, your belly button is gonna stay in the exact same place as your feet move side to side. Well, your feet switch, they don't move side to side. You could keep doing this, keep dropping your hips nice and low, or challenging yourself, lift and lower your heels at the same time. Keep dropping those hips. Keep your core engaged. Let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes in, heels out, relax it out. Rock those hips out side to side. Okay. Turn your left toes to the front of the room, or front of the mat, sorry. Walk your hands to either side of that foot. You're back into your low leg. All right. You can bring your one leg or both down, meeting into your down dog when you're ready. Once you get to your down dog, big breath in through your nose. Huge sigh out through your mouth. No one's there. They can't hear you. And make your way into the child's pose, either with your knees together to rest your shoulders as you slide your knuckles back, or the traditional child's pose. If you want to take this time, towel off, take some water, you're welcome to. We have 5 breaths here. Can you hear yourself breathing? Can you feel your heart beating? With your eyes still closed, if your hands are split back towards your feet, let's kind of sweep them to the top of your mat. And use those fingertips, your palms, to press yourselves up to a seated position. Roll around those shoulders for a moment, tick-tock your head. Roll around your wrists. Take your hands out nice and wide. Flex your fingernails back towards you. So my palms are pressed away. I'm relaxing my shoulders and I'm pressing out through the heels of my hand. It's kind of pressing away. For me, this is already a lot in my forearms, but I really want to strengthen my wrists a little bit more. So I'm gonna flick. I'm gonna make a really tight fist and I'm just gonna flick it out. I'm gonna go as fast as I can and as hard as I can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take your hands in front of you. Your arms are straight. Keep going for 5, 4, 3. You have water on your fingers. You gotta get it off. 2, 1. Arms up overhead. Relax your shoulders, but straight arms for 5. Engage your core. 3, 2, 1. Sit your butt up and just shake your hands out. Okay. Go ahead and sit yourselves back down. Swing your legs forward. We're going to go into some bridge stuff, and we're going to work our glutes and our hips a little bit more in that bridge. So if you have a block, you can make sure to have that handy for your bridge. And I'm basically just going to talk you guys through this as much as I can because I don't want you to have to look at the cameras, okay? So go ahead and lay yourselves down onto your mat. Walk your feet in. So soles of your feet are on the mat. And lie nice and low on your back. You might be able to tickle the backs of your heels with your fingertips. You squeeze your shoulder blades together and make sure you're gazing up to the sky. Your eyes don't need to be open, but I want your neck to stay neutral. So slightly tuck your chin in just a little bit. Okay. Take a breath in, and we're just going to first start with a nice regular bridge. Press into your feet, lift your hips to the sky. When you're doing that, imagine you have a block between your thighs. Squeeze that block just enough so that it doesn't slip away. And then think about lengthening your quads. So you're reaching your knees forward. While you're reaching your knees forward, your hips are going to lift to the ceiling a little bit more. Right. Can you snuggle your shoulder blades towards each other, towards the spine? While you're doing that, can your chest lift as well? Don't forget about pressing into your feet though. A ton of things to think about in this bridge. Take a breath in. On your exhale, one vertebrae at a time, starting at your neck, rolling yourselves down onto your mat. Okay. So that is our bridge. I like to get really into my bridges because if you want, for the next two things we're gonna do, you could stay and do this regular bridge, work on engaging your inner thighs, lifting your hips nice and high, okay? So regardless if you're doing this with me or doing just regular bridge, we're gonna take a breath in. Exhale, press into your feet, lift your hips high. Okay. From here, take your right leg, reach it to the sky if you want to. So it's an option. Right leg is reaching up to the sky. Point through your right toes. Now, if we were in a studio and if we were in class, I would come by, I would be taking my palm right over your right toes and try to get you to tap my palm with your toes. So imagine if you can reach your hips a little bit higher, reach your leg a little bit higher. But maybe you're gonna lift up onto your left tip toes as well as your hip bones press to the ceiling. On your exhale, lower your left heel down, lower your right foot down, keep your hips lifted, squeeze your inner thighs. 5. Inhale, left leg, point straight up to the sky as that option. Your toes are gonna point in like little ballerina feet. Maybe you're gonna tap that imaginary palm right above your left big toe, lift through your hips, maybe lift up onto your right tip toes. Go ahead, reach a little bit higher. And as you exhale, set that right heel down, set your left foot down, roll yourselves down onto the mat. That's round one. Round two, I'm gonna give you more options, but any of these things that you wanna stay with, you can do. You do not have to take those options. So take a breath in. On your exhale, press your hips high up. This time, let's start with your left leg. Left leg high up to the sky. Option one. Point through your toes, lift your hips high. You could stay here, or you could take that left leg, sweep it out to the left. You're not dropping it down to the floor. It's hovering, your hips are lifted, you're engaging. Use your inner thighs, bring that left leg back in, point your toes to the ceiling, set that left foot down. Hips are still lifted. Right leg now reaches high up. Lift your hips. Stay here or squeeze your right leg all the way out. Keep your hips lifted. This is a hard one. Your center of gravity is all over the place here. So lift and reach your right leg back up to the sky. Set your right foot down. Roll yourself back down. Good. Stay here. Try not to rock your knees side to side or anything. Just stay here for a moment. We have one last round to do. Okay. When you're ready, on your exhale, press up into your bridge. You are welcome to stay here. Again, you can reach your right leg to the sky, or you can cross your right ankle outside of your left thigh. So you are kind of in a reclined position with your hips lifted and bridge. Good. Go ahead and keep your legs as they are. If they are like this, and roll your hips down. Now, if you were just doing the regular bridge, go ahead and cross your right ankle outside of your left thigh. Recline. You can do a few things here. You can hug your left thigh in. You can reach your fingers in front of your left shin. If your hips are really open, you can cradle the baby with your left elbow wrapped around your right foot. And if you've never done this, I can show you here. And then, so your right foot goes into the nook of your left elbow. Your left forearm, your left palm is kind of on the outside of your right shin. And your right arm cradles around the outside of your right thigh and meets your left palm. And you can cradle the baby a little bit here, obviously on your back. Otherwise, you're in a reclined pigeon. Maybe bringing your shin in a little bit feels good. Release back into your regular bridge. You need to set your feet down, maybe bend your knees, bring those heels back in. So our last side we're gonna do Inhale here. As you exhale, lift your hips. Again, you could stay here as an option, or you can lift your left leg. Cross your left ankle outside of your right thigh. Sink your hips down. If you're in regular bridge, just go ahead and cross your ankle outside of your right thigh now. Reach for either your right thigh, your right shin, or you're going to cradle that baby again. Again, your foot goes into the middle of your right elbow. Your left arm wraps around your other thigh. Try to relax your head. Maybe you can, you're doing that very well, maybe you can rock your cradle, rock the baby a little bit. And then this time, come back into that bridge pretzel, so your feet are on the mat, your knees are bent, but we're going to windshield wiper your knees. We're going to windshield wiper just kind of hop from side to side, side to side. We're going to do one of my favorite quad stretches, and it's going to be a little bit hard if I can't see you guys, but we're going to talk through it, okay? So lie down on your mat. Walk your heels close towards your glutes as much as you can. But then walk your feet as wide as your mat. So your heels are close to your butt, but your feet are nice and wide, maybe even wider than your shoulders. Now we're going to just drop both of your knees over to the left. Your knees point over to the left. If you have really tight quads right now, like I do, I already feel this on the top of my right quad. So my right thigh is kind of going straight down the middle of my mat, if I were to look at it. Okay? If you want to deepen this stretch, you could do a few things. You could hug that right heel closer to your right glute. That's one. You can take your left foot and cross it over the top of your right thigh. Now this left foot is there for weight, but also you could use your left foot to gently kind of press that right thigh down and away a little bit to get a deeper stretch. And the last thing you can do is engage your right glute. Take a couple breaths here. When you're ready, release your left foot if it's on top. Bring your knees back to the point of the side. You might need to just gently walk it around a little bit. But reset. Walk your heels in again. Your feet are wide on the mat. Point your knees over to the right. Drop your knees over to the right. Adjust as needed. Maybe hug that left heel in. Your left knee points down your mat. Your left thigh is straight down your mat. Right foot can cross over that thigh for an additional guide and stretch. And last thing you might want to do is engage your left glute. Take a couple breaths. Release that right foot if it's there. Good. You can rock your knees. You can bring your knees up. Maybe rock your hips side to side there. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourselves a nice big squeeze. You could stay here or make your way into a happy baby. Flex your toes in. Reach for the outside blades of your feet. Let your ankles be above your knees. Think about reaching your thighs and pulling those thighs closer towards the mat. Good. If you can, take your lower back down towards the mat a little bit, Mike. Good. In your happy baby, think about using your palm to pull and engage that one thigh down closer to the mat, and then switch hands, and that's going to initiate that rocking motion. or you could straighten one leg or another, whatever feels good for you there. And then I want you to bring the soles of your feet together. Keep hanging onto your ankles or your feet wherever you are. Your knees are wide. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, curl into a tight little ball. So bring your knees together, chin tucks into your chest. Pull your toes towards your forehead as you exhale everything out. Belly button squeezes in. And inhale, release into your Shavasana. Legs straight out along the mat, arms down by your sides, or whatever Shavasana calls to you today. If you're near a wall, you want to put your legs up, you are more than welcome to. Take one last deep breath through your nose. Exhale, part ellipse side out. Melt into your mat. I want you to have at least a couple moments here for your day. Let yourselves have a deep breath through your nose. Use that breath and wash it over your entire body. Releasing any tension between your eyebrows. Letting your eyes just simply rest back in its sockets. Relaxing any tension in your jaw. Allowing your tip of your tongue to fall away from the roof of your mouth. Giving ourselves this feeling of peace, letting it wash over your body, out through your fingertips and your toes. If you like to stay in Shavasana for longer, you are more than welcome to. Just stay there with your eyes closed, arms heavy, body heavy. If you like to start coming out of that Shavasana, give yourselves a deeper breaths in and out, bringing energy into your fingertips, your toes, your ankles, your wrists. Letting that energy spread into your arms, into your legs. Maybe you're going to sweep your arms to the sky, point your toes forward for a nice long stretch. And exhale, hugging your knees in towards your chest. Slowly making your way up to seated. If you want to roll onto one side, you can. You can keep your eyes closed, even better. Any kind of seated pose works. Once you're there, inhale, arms up to the sky. Palms touch, thumbs to your third eye space. May you always see the wisdom and intuition within you. Thumbs down to your lips. May you always speak with kindness and truth. And hands at your heart. May you always cultivate compassion. Last breath together in as a group. Exhale, sighing it out. Just want to thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you all stay safe and healthy. The light in me salutes and honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you guys. Awesome practicing with you all. Let me know if you need anything, and I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you very much, Lonny.
You're welcome, Mike. Good to see you. Good to see everyone. Good to see Simpson and Twee as well. Glad you guys are back safe from Hawaii.
Thanks, Lonnie. It was great.
Thank you. All right. Have a great day, y'all. I'm going to close this so the next teacher can come in. All right. Bye.